Teach your brain to speak in English over the next 21 days. If you don't know me very well, hello, I am Teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to, subscribe to my channel because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Now, guys, you may be thinking, oh, but Priscilla, in 21 days, that's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. I'm out of here. Okay, first and foremost, this video is not for beginners. No, period. I'm speaking in English. I'm not focusing on real beginners. This video is aimed at pre-intermediate and intermediate students. Basically, these are the students I help here on my channel. Pre-intermediate and intermediate students. I help these people go from stuck to speaking in 6 months. Now, guys, at this level, what is going to happen to many students, especially if you study alone and you don't follow a good method? You will struggle to speak English. Because in your head, you're constantly translating phrases. You're trying to make the phrases in your mind in English, in Portuguese, or in Spanish, or in Italian, in your native language, and then you translate to English. This is a very common habit, and this is a result of the way you started the journey, the way you conditioned your brain when you started learning. So now many students come to my channel, many people follow me because they want to change. And I give wonderful recommendations here for you to change your habits. Because at the end of the day, what I'm going to teach you today, and I'm going to give you 2 challenges, 2 exercises for you to do, well, it's a change of habit. It's a change of action. And if you implement this for the next 21 days, you will see changes. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. No, you will be speaking. Maybe much better than now. In 21 days, you will feel the change. And that's all I want for you. But are you going to stop after 21 days? No, that's not how it works. So to improve your speaking, you will need to improve your reaction time. Oftentimes when I ask students in my academy, I ask them a question, they're like, that's reaction. They react slowly. They need to think a lot. By practicing your English speaking, even alone, because all the practices I'm going to give here are alone. You're going to do them alone. As you study alone, they will help you improve your reaction so that when I ask you a question, you give it to me. Okay, and that's practice. All right? And it's not just the speaking. We have grammar, reading, vocabulary, listening, writing. They all help you improve your reaction, okay? Now, this is basically what I do with my students in my academy. I have students from all over the world, my babies, my sardines, as I call my students. And in all the modules in the academy, they have instructions to follow a solo. What is solo? Alone. A solo speaking routine. And I know they improve. Are they perfect? No, nobody is perfect. But the more they follow the program consistently, the better they get. And after they finish the program, are they done forever? No, they will need to keep studying because English is a skill. You know, speaking is a skill that you must practice. If you stop, you forget, or you don't remain as good as you used to be. Okay? Now, 21 days. First, you're not a beginner, okay? Second, speaking does not come naturally to us. Even me, Priscilla, fluent teacher, does English speaking come naturally to me? No, I'm constantly working. I'm constantly studying, doing the work. Or even my medicine is, oh, I need to take it, by the way. I am constantly working on my English. So it doesn't come naturally. Don't be fooled that when you're advanced or fluent or master or awesome, it comes naturally. Not at all. You have to keep going. You have to keep exercising your brain, okay? So you need to nurture, to feed, to nurture the habit of speaking, even if you don't have anybody. I don't have people to talk to me about the subjects I like. Have you ever thought about that? There are many subjects that I like studying that I don't have anybody to practice with me. So does that mean I don't try to improve my speaking about those subjects? No, I do it on my own. Okay, so I follow the same strategies that I teach. So you need to be intentional with this speaking practice and not expect to speak without any effort. Like, oh, I'm just going to speak. It's going to come to me. No, you're exercising. You're constantly working. And to notice change, even if it's small, you need to work for at least 21 days consistently, okay? Our brain responds well to gradual and consistent work. So our brain works much better, responds well when you give results consistently, gradually, when you give work to your brain, when you challenge your brain consistently, slowly, and you keep going. You give a little every day, and that's how you build up your fluency. That's why in my academy, in our group on Facebook, my students have many challenges for them to keep working on their speaking, even alone. Why? Because I'm doing this to the brain, to their brain, so that they can keep having little things for them to do that will boost their English and make them talk. Because thinking of how to speak alone, what ideas, how do you start talking, that can be challenging as well. That's why I prepared a challenge for you today, okay? Now, teacher, 21 days. There are so many videos talking about 21 days. So that's it. No, 21 days is an average, okay? As a matter of fact, there are studies that show that, to be very honest, a habit, a new action that you wanna make automatic, you wanna do consistently, for your brain to understand that it's part of who you are, you need at least 66 days. Yes. Not just 21. 21 is a good start. Okay, it's a good change. It's a good shake. Okay, shake. So in 21 days, your habit is not completely formed, which means you will still resist the practice. You will still resent. You're going to be like, ugh, I don't want to do it. I don't like it. But it's a start. It's good, okay? It's really good. But in 66 days, your brain understands that is part of you. But don't stop. You just get a little stronger with being consistent with the practice. But you still need to do more. You still need to keep going. You don't stop, okay? My motto is never stop. Keep going, okay? So this is according to research. There are many studies that show that 66 days is the sweet spot based on the research they did to several different groups when forming a habit. Now, that being said, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I will explain the apple, okay? I will talk about the apple and the English and speaking and the challenges. I'll be giving them to you. Don't go away. I know it'll be worth it. It'll be worth your time. But you need to understand this part so that I can give you the exercise, okay? Maybe you're new. You're watching this. You're giving me a chance for the first time. You need to watch the entire video to fully understand. Now, this is a proverb that became quite popular. Okay, in the 19th century, doctors started advocating for the consumption of apples and healthy food in general. If one eats healthful foods, one will remain in good health and will not need to see the doctor very often. So this became a very popular proverb. Oh, one apple away keeps the doctor away. Of course, the doctors were not just referring to the apple. You need to eat more healthy, good food, so that you can stay away from the doctor as much as possible, if you know what I'm saying. And here, I liked this thing, like a little. You don't need to go crazy with the healthy food, but a little every day. That is so much better than nothing. So you need to think of that. To get to a level like I am doing right now, speaking, no problems, you feel like I'm not making an effort. Well, a little every day, a little apple every day. That will help you build the confidence to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. So don't wait for the moment when you finally have someone to practice with. Time is life. Don't waste your life waiting for the perfect scenario when you have a teacher, a private teacher, which in many cases will not really be the solution. Or when you finally travel, or when you finally have a lot of money to spend at a school, don't wait for the perfect scenario. That's an illusion. Perfect is today. You're alive. Enjoy, okay? Focus on using what you got and work on simple speaking exercises that will help you level up your English, and that's what I want to do. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, okay? Every week, I bring different lessons, grammar, vocabulary, listening, strategies like this one. I have many lessons here, more than 700 free lessons for you. I also have my study plan cycle. Make sure to check them out, especially if you need to build better study habits. That's basically what I do in my 21-day study plan cycle. And why cycle? Because I want to help you keep repeating the cycle. I teach you how to repeat this study style. So check it out. It's in the description of this video. Now, activities you're going to do, and I'm going to give you 2 recommendations, 2 challenges for you to implement. Include speaking in your practice. What is that supposed to mean? You study 3 times a week. That's what I do, okay? I study 3, sometimes 4, and when I'm very busy 2, but I like 3. 3 is my sweet spot, okay? Minimum 3 times a week. And what I like the most is 4, okay? Sitting down consistently. In every practice, I speak 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes I get too excited, so I speak a little more. But I speak. So my practice, for example, yesterday I was studying prefixes, vocabulary. It was a vocabulary practice. So I created some written examples, and then orally, without using my notes, I created more examples, and then I answered one question, I think more questions, where I included the words I was studying. So you always include speaking in your practice, whether it is grammar, vocabulary, listening, writing, you include. Again, another thing, another point, practice telling stories. Everybody has stories to share. Something that happened to you, to your cousin, to your neighbor, to your loved ones. Practice telling the most memorable stories that you know. Stories that are special to you. I strongly recommend you get started with those and practice describing the story. That is going to be very helpful for you, okay? And you are going to do that orally. That's my biggest recommendation. And I will talk about the challenges you're going to have, the problems you may face doing this exercise. Stay with me, okay? Answering questions in English daily. Now, the challenge that I'm going to give you is for the next 21 days. And I don't recommend you stop because it's very short. You're not going to be here a long time doing this exercise. So for this challenge, 21 days, don't skip a day, okay? Don't skip. So you started today with this challenge, then tomorrow, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on until you complete the 21 days so that you see the difference. What I want to show you is the power of habits and the power of guidance. And I'm going to give this guidance to you. And finally, another thing you're going to do orally is describe the news. Now, I'm not a big fan of watching the news. I am very picky with the news I watch, but I do watch the news to get some information about economy, about what is happening in the world. So I get some news, okay? And the ones I get, I practice describing them in English. I always include speaking in my practice. If there is one thing I want you to remember from this video is always include speaking in my practice. This is the #1 rule of every fluent English speaker, okay? Now, how often? As I said, to notice results, you will need to do this for 21 days, at least, okay? And then 66 would be the sweet spot. But do you stop after that? No, you keep going, okay? Now, I prepared 21 questions for you, okay? They are not so easy questions. You can answer them very quickly in one sentence, but I don't recommend. I recommend you take the time to reflect upon these questions. I think this is a problem in society nowadays. Oh, what was the last book you read? Oh, I read The Power of Habits. Reflect, share the experience. That's the speaking practice you need to think about. Okay, what can I talk about connected with this book to answer this question? What was the last book you read? Talk about it. Like, explain, share. And this will work on your critical thinking in English, which is something that pre-intermediate and intermediate students don't do. They just keep going with the easy questions. Do you like to study? No. Talk about it, okay? Your critical thinking, what is the problem with the studying for you? You're an adult. So you need to exercise your critical thinking in order to expand your English if you want to go to the next level. So usually my questions, when I give questions to my students, it's one question and then there are like 3-4 questions around it. Why? Because I want to exercise your ability to share your views, your opinions, your fears, your concerns, your anxieties in English. So I want you to take a screenshot right now, okay? Because it's small. You cannot read like this right now. You can't read. So I will maximize the screen. Take a screenshot. There are two slides. So screenshot, and then you're gonna practice for the next 1 day, one question a day, okay? So the first one, take a screenshot right now, okay? So this is the first 12, these are the first 12 questions. Now I'm gonna go to the next slide. You're gonna take a screenshot or a picture with your phone if you're watching on the TV. The rest of the remaining questions, so 21 questions for you to practice your English speaking. I have given my students in the academy many challenges like this. They have a lot of challenges like this, okay? So these are 21 questions. Each day you're going to answer one question, okay? Now you will have some bumps in the road. You may have some challenges. You may have some problems. They are natural. We'll talk about them. I will just give one more challenge idea. This I didn't prepare for you. I only prepare for my babies in the academy, but I will give you the idea, okay? In your practice, there will be days when you're going to study reading, when you're going to do reading, when you're going to do writing, when you're going to do listening, when you're going to do vocabulary. But as I said before, every practice must have speaking. So here's what I, Priscilla, do. It's what I do with my students in my academy. It's what I have always been doing to improve my English, okay? I turn my reading and my listening into speaking. And at this moment, I study English, and Italian. You know, parlo l'italiano molto bene, mi piace studiare l'italiano. And this is something I do in Italian, in English, okay? I pick different short videos. Like, I really like this guy, okay? I think his name, people call him Monty, but his name is Marco Montemagno. Montemagno, yes, Montemagno. And I love watching his videos. I use a lot of his videos to study Italian. Is he a teacher? No, he's not a teacher. He talks about different things, okay? Different subjects, okay? So he gives business ideas, personal development ideas. He talks about a variety of subjects. He interviews different Italian people or foreigners from other countries, people from other countries. So every time I sit down to study Italian, I pick a different video from him, okay? Sometimes not, because I have other listening exercises, but at least once a week, me, Priscilla, in my study routine, I include a video from him. And I work on my listening, I work on my writing, I work on my vocabulary, and I end the practice with speaking. I talk about what I saw, like this video this week I was watching. Three domande tre domande che si fanno sempre alle persone in gamba. and then I watch, ok? Ho guardato il video e in seguito ho parlato. Ma perché? Because I need to practice. I don't like mixing the languages because I want to continue and I know that I can't do this here. And why do I do this? To practice using the words I saw, to practice remembering the information that I saw, to test how much I remember, to exercise my memory. People are so worried about their memory. They're so like, oh, my vocabulary sucks. I always forget the words, but they never exercise their memory. So this is a combination of listening and memory exercise, improving your memory. So I strongly recommend you follow this kind of practice with reading. Okay, I read a text. What do I remember? Exercise your memory. You will see that you will get better as you keep doing this. Listening, I was watching the history of filmmaking, evolution of the cinema, okay, evolution of the movie theaters. It's such a good video because I was studying, Priscilla, I was studying about movies and checking the history of movies and watching some and describing some movies that I watched. And then I watched this video to complement my study routine. And I did the same thing that I do in Italian. I copied my routine from Italian. You know, my Italian routine is a result of my English routine. That's how I study. That's how I learn. So I finished watching this video, I studied it, I worked on vocabulary, listening, comprehension, and then finally speaking and using words that I'm studying in the vocabulary practice that I have been doing since last week. A little goes a long way, okay? So what is my recommendation? The second challenge you can do. Every day for the next 21 days, pick 21 different and short videos about different subjects and try this practice. Okay, today, short videos, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, nothing too long, okay? Nothing too long. So you watch the video, you're gonna take notes, you're gonna exercise your memory, right? What do I remember? What do I understand? That's memory. Improve your memory by writing more, by describing things more. Finished. Worked on the words you don't know. Excellent. Now you will finish with the grand finale. Speak. Oh, but I'm alone. Nobody will correct me. I know. There are limitations in everything we do. Even if you had the best teacher in the world, there would still be limitations. We need to learn how to go past the limitations and get the best we can. Because time is life. Use the time you have well, as much as possible. So this is a good exercise not to correct your mistakes, but to condition your brain that when it's time to speak, bro or sis, it's time to speak. You won't hesitate or feel like, or tell people you can't. This is a good practice. I strongly recommend it, okay? Now, oh my God, this video is too long. Common challenges. You will not know words. It's completely natural, okay? And when you do this exercise, that's when you identify the words you don't know. And it's good because you're practicing. So it's natural, don't be sad. If you don't have the habit of speaking alone, if you never did this, you will see that it'll be hard at the beginning. You'll be resistant, okay? You'll be like, oh my God, this is too hard. Don't give up. The phrases may be very short. Your answers may be very short. But don't give up. Repeat the challenge again and again and again, okay? 3, you will hesitate. You will take breaks. You will get distracted. You will think in your language. This will all happen to you. It is natural. Don't feel like, oh, this is wrong, something wrong. No. This will happen to all of us. I hesitate a lot when I'm practicing my Italian, not English. English, I have to admit, it's pretty easy for me. But in Italian, I still hesitate. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. I don't know this word, so let's check it out. It's natural. I don't feel like, oh, I'm bad, I suck. No, I'm human, I'm learning. Let's go, okay? And you may need inspiration. Maybe you will see a question from the challenge that I shared here and you'll be like, I don't know. So search for inspiration. watch a video, read something. I do this all the time when I need to talk, especially in English, okay? More in English than in Italian. I saw the subject of the week. I chose a subject of the week. I don't know how to talk about it because I don't have information. So what do? I search for inspiration. I watch something, I read something connected with the subject I want to talk about. Okay? Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Get my study plan. It's an amazing study plan that will be very helpful on your journey to fluency. This is not my academy, but it's the second thing that I always sell nonstop every year, okay? My academy is going to open, I think, next month, probably. Stay tuned. But other than that, if you enjoyed, if you found something useful in this lesson, share it with your friends. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.